Hi guys, welcome to another video. I will be covering UFC Fight Night between Brandon Moreno and Steve Erceg from Mexico City. Please like, comment and subscribe, support my channel, and let's get into the predictions. Alright, the first fight on the main card, and I will only be doing main card for now as I'm starting out my channel. Okay, so the first fight on the main card will be between Rodríguez and Kevin Borjas. Lazy boy who could not make weight, by the way, versus the Black Rooster. These are some stats from Rodríguez. He has 2.13 significant strikes landed and absorbed 3.15. He demonstrated quite a balanced skill set overall, combining his striking and grappling effectively. He has a takedown accuracy of 50% and takedown defense of 64%. Kevin Borjas has 3-inch reach advantage, which is good for him. He could use that for his striking advantage and maintain the distance. And he is known as a high volume striker. He has 4.92 strikes landed per minute and 6.7 strikes absorbed per minute. So I think he could very well overwhelm the lazy boy with his striking, with his strikes. Rodríguez, he needs to capitalize on his superior grappling skills in comparison to Borjas. He needs to control the fight on the ground. That would be his preferred method, I think, in order for him to win the fight. But Kevin Borjas needs to leverage his high volume striking, aiming to exploit any defense lapses in Rodríguez's game. From the odds perspective, Rodríguez is minus 155. That's where he opened, and at the moment when I'm recording this video, that's where he is. And Borjas is at plus 130. And for this fight, I am predicting Kevin Borjas to definitely take the win, and he will be my dog pick on this card. Next fight between Mexico versus Brazil, and it's going to be between David Martinez versus Simon Oliveira. Let's get into some stats. David Martinez, he is debuting. He has demonstrated formidable knockout power, and securing 9 of his 11 wins by KO, and that's a 82% finishing rate. Okay, and the most recently in October, he secured his win against Xavier Franklin in the Dana White Contender Series. So he is a great prospect, and we will see how he does today against Simon Oliveira, who hasn't fought in 2 years. Last fight he had was in January 2023. And even before that, in UFC, he only fought twice, and that's like once a year. He's a versatile fighter, a strong submission game. Okay, he has 11 wins by submission, as you see here. And he has 10 first-round finishes. So, honestly, this fight is really tough to bet on. I would not recommend betting on this fight. I am definitely leaning David Martinez, as we haven't seen Simon Oliveira in so long. We are not sure how today's fight is gonna go, and David Martinez is actually he has a very good momentum, so let's hope that today he can win. His odds are actually crazy. He opened at minus 395 and is now minus 535 from what I'm seeing. And 92% of the bets, at least whatever is reported by DraftKings, are on David Martinez. And Simon Oliveira is currently a plus 400 dog. I am leaning David Martinez, but this is not the fight that you want to bet on. I think you should just enjoy this fight. Next fight is between Raul Rosas Jr. and Vince Morales. Please like, comment, and subscribe this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's get into it. So this is gonna be Cháirez versus Vendetta fight, and honestly, who doesn't enjoy watching Raul Rosas fight? It's always exciting, always very fun fights that he participates in. So his recent fight was actually a decision fight, but we'll see how today goes. He has very strong grappling foundation. With 6 of his 10 victories have been submission, has been developing even his striking recently. So I'm sure this young fighter will become very well-rounded soon. Vince Morales has a 3-inch reach advantage. He is more experienced fighter, has good striking. He relies on his boxing skill and has a knockout power as well. So he has faced some challenges against strong grapplers in his career, so he has a good opportunity to make this fight more level than a lot of us are expecting it to be. So Raul Rosas should aim to take the fight to the ground. That's where he is the strongest. He shouldn't stand on this fight and seek submission victory. He needs to maintain a high pace, and I did not mention this before, but this is a high elevation city, so a lot of fights could be very surprising because these fighters may not be used to fighting in high elevation, so their cardio may be compromised. Raul Rosas needs to he needs to definitely put a high pace on Vince Morales and test his endurance and potentially capitalizing in the later rounds, even though this is only a 3-round fight. Vince Morales, on the other hand, he wants to keep the fight standing. That's where he's gonna have advantage. He wants to box and focus on defending against the takedowns. So, and also I think Vince Morales really needs this win. He's 0-2 in UFC and he's going to be 0-3 after today, most likely. So Raul Rosas opened at -310, currently is -520. 92% of the bets reported on DraftKings are coming in for him, and 8% only for Morales. Morales went from +250 to +390. So I am definitely predicting Raul Rosas Jr. to win. El Nino Problema will definitely be a problema for Vendetta, and most likely this I would just bet this as part of the parlay on Moneyline, or if you want to sweeten the odds, you can add this fight as a submission by itself, of course, +225, or you can search for decision versus submission win by Raul Rosas Jr. as well. That is definitely a live bet as well. The next fight is between, it's a co-main event. Just wanted to mention that there is going to be a fight between Edgar Cháirez and Vergara, and that fight will take place instead of the fight between Kelvin Gastelum and Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer pulled out due to illness. And I definitely had Kelvin Gastelum on that fight as my favorite underdog pick for the card. But I think Edgar Cháirez definitely takes the win. I did not look into the fighters as much, but definitely he has fought better competition. So I would, if there was anyone I would add into the parlay or bet on, it would be definitely Edgar Cháirez. So Manuel Torres versus Drew Dober. Loco and Drew will go to war today. He has some reach advantage against Drew Dober. He's a 30-year-old, a very dynamic striker, versatile, and switches stances to adapt to his opponent's stance, which is very good for him. And what is worth noting is he has very high significant strikes, the number of significant strikes landed per minute, which is 7.17. If we take a look at Drew Dober, he only absorbs 4.25. And Manuel Torres also absorbs 4.53, which is higher than Drew Dober lands. Dober has dances southpaw, and he's a seasoned vet. His striking power is incredible, and he's very, very durable. Hard to knock out, but it's possible. He's also a 36-year-old. And is just coming off of a knockout. So that is something to definitely take into consideration. And he lands 4.39 significant strikes per minute, which is lower than Manuel Torres can absorb per minute. So Torres is a high volume striker, so he may overwhelm Drew Dober, who absorbs less strikes per minute, almost twice less than Torres throws. And he is also a strong grappler with a high takedown rate and good at takedown defense himself. Drew Dober, not that good of a grappler or against the grapplers. So Manuel Torres need to utilize high volume striking, control the positions on the ground as well. And Drew Dober's power striking, he's a power striker. He needs to seek KO. So that would be his way, I think, of winning this fight. And it is quite possible. He needs to drag Manuel Torres into deep waters, and that's where his endurance will be tested, especially in high elevation. What I'm looking at is the odds for this is a pick'em fight. Manuel Torres is minus 112 to, he opened at minus 112, currently he is at minus 110 versus Drew Dober, who opened at minus 108 and is currently minus 110. So definitely a super pick'em fight. They're the same odds almost, with like moves a little bit here and there. But what I'm noticing is that 60% of the bets are on Manuel Torres versus on Drew Dober, only 40%. So seeing that the line is kind of leaning, is still staying the same, even though it's 60-40, it's quite a good advantage for Manuel Torres' bets. There is a good possibility of Drew Dober to taking this win. I would not really bet this fight. I am leaning towards Drew Dober. I think he has a good chance of winning today. We'll see. But I want to say this. Come back during the Cháirez fight. I will post. I want to take a better look at the lines closer to this fight, and I will make a post on exactly who I will be betting on this fight. So please come back during Cháirez fight. I think that's when I'm going to have a better knowledge of what exactly the lines now look like after all other fights have passed. And this is going to be a latest card, one of the latest fights. So yeah, come back to the post and I will keep you updated on what I'm gonna be betting on, as I want to see where the sharp money goes throughout the day. And the main event of the night, number 2 guy versus number 8 guy. I don't know, Steve Erceg keeps going to very tough fights, okay? And Brandon Moreno is gonna be yet another tough fight for him. Brandon Moreno recently defeated Amir Albazi by unanimous decision in November. He looked phenomenal in that fight. But previously he lost to Royval, Pantoja, Figueiredo. Like, he lost to such huge names. He has an amazing experience, okay? And these are some stats. You can take a look. Significant strikes landed per minute are 3.99. His takedown accuracy is 46%. Takedown defense also great, 64%. So his significant strikes absorbed is 3.53%, and significant strike defense is 61%. So we need to know this in order to understand how is he going to do against someone who's a striker like Steve Erceg. Last fight was in August for Steve Erceg against Cháirez who looked amazing at the fight, and prior to that he lost a decision to the champ. If this fight does not go to decision, it's definitely going to be finished by Brandon Moreno. First of all, never been finished. Hasn't been finished by any of them. He beat Cháirez, and overall just his experience is amazing. So I think this fight is going to be a distance fight, but what do they need to do in order to win? Brandon Moreno needs to utilize his championship experience. First of all, he's been a champ, and he has been through 5 rounds multiple times. He needs to control the pace of the fight. He needs to take it into the direction he wants this fight to go, and use his superior grappling skills, take down Steve Erceg, and submit him on the ground. That's what he needs to do. What Erceg needs to do is leverage his striking accuracy, try to find any kind of holes in Moreno's defense, striking defense, and leverage that. And that is his only path to victory. Even though he has some submissions before, but I don't think that's what's going to be happening today. This fight, I'm definitely taking Brandon Moreno, who is well-rounded, experienced Moreno. By decision or sub, I would just bet this is money line bet, but I think decision or sub is also an active bet that you could put in. Brandon Moreno opened at -192, is now -245, versus Steve Erceg being opening at +160 and going to +200. I guess we're gonna see how this goes, but definitely I think Moreno got this. And my safe parlay would be Brandon Moreno plus Raul Rosas Jr. This should come up to somewhere -140. Putting 140 will win you $100. I think this is the safest you can go if you just want to play safe. And my dog pick for the night is Kevin Borjas. I had to remove Kelvin Gastelum from this slide. I think Kevin Borjas definitely takes this win today. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and bye. Enjoy the fight day.